Hi everybody, it's Jason and Eli from the Yahoo and the Tor channel, and we are doing the open source Bible project, and we are proofreading the book of Luke, and we are headstrong into Luke. And for those who have not seen what we're doing here, this is not a reading that you're going to want to sit and just do if you're just looking for casual reading or anything. What we're doing in this reading is we are looking for periods, quotation marks, punctuation, anything that is out from the Hallelujah Scriptures to the version that we have. And what we are doing is we are getting ready to create a large cluster of all of these books, of all this stuff together, and we want this perfect. So how you can help the open source Bible project is by following along. And if Eli reads something that does not show up on the screen and I don't catch it, then that is an error, and you guys can put a comment in the bottom of it and let us know what verse it is, and you can be a partaker and help us out on this project. So Eli, let's get ready to roll.
Capital Land, somewhere present at that time, reporting capital hymn about the capital Galileans, whose blood Pilatus had mixed with their offerings, period. Capital Land, Yehoshua answering, said to them, quote, capital, do you think that these capital Galileans were worse sinners than all Galileans, capital Galileans, because they have suffered like this, question mark? Quote, capital, I say to you, no, exclamation mark. Capital, but unless you repent, you shall all perish in the same way, period. Quote, capital, or those 18 on whom the tower in capital Shiloh with a funky H fell and killed them, do you think that they were greater offenders than all other men who dwelt in capital Jerusalem, question mark?
Hold on. Gotta wait for Kid to get it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, guys.
5.
Yep.
Quote, capital, I say to you, no, exclamation mark, capital, but unless you repent, you shall all perish in the same way, period. Quotes. Capital and capital he spoke this parable, quote, capital, a certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came seeking fruit on it, found none, period. Quote, capital, and he said to the gardener, quote, capital, look, for 3 years, capital, I have come seeking fruit on this fig tree and finding none, period. Capital, cut it down, why would it even
Why does it?
Or why does it even make the ground useless, question mark, quote. Quote, capital, and he answered, said to him, quote, capital, master,
quote?
Quote.
There's no quotes. I have no quote. Like master in the middle of this?
No, yeah, quote master, because he's talking about the parable, and this is the gardener in the parable.
Such the... All right, what chapter is this?
13.
13. Okay, so 13.
13:8.
13:8. And I'm just waiting for my slow telegram. Come on, buddy, you can do it. If I had a wheel to crank, I would. I'd make it go faster.
I was thought you were talking to him.
Oh. Okay, and he answering him, quote, master? Single quote?
Yep. Single
quote. Wow, this thing is so slow. Quote, master, comma.
Capital master.
Yep.
Leave it this year too, until capital I dig around it and throw manure, period.
Okay, hold on, going back. Okay.
Quote, capital, and if indeed it bears fruit, period, capital, but if not so, you shall cut it down, period, quote, space quotes.
Quote, space quotes, yep.
Capital, and he was teaching in one of the congregations on the capital Shabbat, and see, there was a woman having a weakening spirit for 18 years, and was bent over and was able to straighten up at all, period. Capital, and Yehoshua, seeing her, called her near and said to her, quote,
called her near, okay, said to her, quotes.
Quotes, capital, woman, you are loosened from your weakness, period, quotes. Capital, and he laid his hands on her, immediately she was straightened up, and praised capital Elohim, period. Capital, but the ruler of the congregation, responding, much displeased that Yehoshua had healed on the capital Shabbat, said to the crowd, quote, capital, there are 6 days on which men should work, so come and be healed on them, and not on the capital Shabbat day, period, quotes. Capital, and the capital Adon, on the funky D, answered him and said, quote, capital, hypocrite, exclamation mark, capital, does not each one of you on the capital Shabbat loosen his ox or his donkey from the stall, and lead it away to water, question mark?
Water it.
Or water, question mark?
Yeah.
And quotes, and this one, being a daughter of capital Abraham with a funky B, whom capital Satan is bound, look, for 18 years, should she not be loosened from this bond on the capital Shabbat, question mark, quote. Capital, and when capital he said this, all capital his opponents were put to shame, period. Capital, and all the crowd rejoiced for all the splendor being done by him, period, capital him, period. Capital, therefore, capital he said, quotes, capital, what is the reign of capital Elohim like, question mark. Capital, and to what shall capital I compare it, question mark. Quotes, capital, is like a mustard seed, which a man took and threw into his garden, period. Capital, and it grew and became a large tree, and the birds of the Shamim nested in its branches, period, quotes. Capital, and again, capital he said, quotes, capital, to what shall capital I compare the reign of capital Elohim, question mark. Quote, capital, it is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of flour until it was all leavened, period, quotes. Kaplan, he was going through the cities and villages, teaching, and journeying toward Yerushalayim, and someone said to him, quotes, Adonai, the funky D, are there few who are being saved, question mark, quotes. Kaplan, he said to them, quotes, strive.
Okay, quotes the next one. Okay.
Quotes, strive to enter through the narrow gate, because many, I say to you, shall seek to enter and will not be able, period.
And shall not be able.
And shall not be able, period. Quote, one, once the Adonai, the funky D of the house has risen up and shut the door, and you begin to stand outside and knock at the door, saying, quote, Adonai, the funky D, Adonai, the funky D, open for us, quote, and he shall answer and say to you, quote, I do not know you, where you are from.
Where are you from?
Where you are from.
Where you are, oh yeah, where you are from, okay.
Quote. Then you shall begin to say, quote, we ate and drank in your presence, and you taught in our streets, period, quote. Quote, but he shall say, quote, I say to you, I do not know you, where you are from, period. Depart from me, all you workers of righteousness, period, quote. Quote, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, when you see Abraham the funky B, and Yitzchak the funky H, and Yaakov the two funky, Pashin the two A's and the funky B, and all the Nebuim the funky B, and Pashin the two I's, and the reign of Elohim, and yourselves thrown outside, period. Quote, and they shall come from the east and the west, and from the north and from the south, and sit down in the reign of Elohim, period. Quotes, and see, there are last who shall be first, and there are first who shall be last, period, quotes. On the same day there came certain Pharisees, saying to him, quote, quotes, get out and go from here, for Herodias, or the two funky Eats wants to kill, you, period, quotes. He said to them, quote, go, say to that fox, quote, see, I cast out demons and perform healings to animals, and the third day, I shall be perfected, period, quotes. Quotes, but I have to journey today, and tomorrow, and the day following, because it is not fitting for a gnat by the funky bee to perish outside of Yerushalayim, period. Quotes, Yerushalayim, killing the Nebuim of the funky bee, washing the two eyes, and stoning those who are exempt to her, exclamation mark. How often I wanted to gather your children together? How often I wanted to gather your children together, the way a hen her chickens under her wings, but you would not, exclamation mark. Quotes, see, your house is left to you laid waste, period. And truly, I say to you, you shall by no means see, me, until it comes when you say, quote, Baruch the funky K, is he who is coming in the name of Yahuwah, exclamation mark, quote, space quotes.
Got it.
You need to get a drink of water.
Okay, and into 14. So, thanks to everybody who actually listens to this. If you guys ever do, we're just doing what we can do. And this is all open source and open available, so people know what we're doing, and they can catch these mistakes, because this is a public project. Okay, now I wait for Eli.
Ready?
Yep.
Kaplan came to be as he went to the house of one of the rulers of the Pharisees to eat bread on the Shabbat, that they were watching him closely, period. Kaplan see, there was a certain man before him suffering from dropsy, period.
Oh no.
That's what I have.
You have the dropsies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kaplan, Yehoshua responding, spoke to those learned in the Torah and the Pharisees, saying, quotes, is it right to heal on the Shabbat, question mark, quotes. But they were silent, period. So taking hold of him, he healed him, let him go, period. Kaplan to them, he said, quotes, which of you, having a donkey or an ox that has fallen into a pit, shall not immediately pull him out of it on the Shabbat day, question mark, quotes.
Capital Shabbat?
Capital Shabbat day, question mark, quotes.
Is day capitalized?
No. Kaplan, they were unable to answer him regarding these, period. Kaplan, he spoke a parable to those who were invited, when he noted how they chose the best places, saying to them, quotes, when you are invited by anyone to a wedding feast, do not sit down in the best place, lest one more distinguished than you be invited by him, and he who invited you and him come and say to you, quote, give this one place, quote, and you begin with shame to take the last place, period. Quotes, capital, rather, comma, when you are invited, comma, go and sit down in the last place, comma, so that when he who invited you comes, he shall say to you, comma, quote, capital, friend, comma, good umpire, period, quote. Capital, then you shall have esteem in the presence of those who sit at the table with you, period. Quote, capital, for everyone who is exalting himself shall be humbled, comma, and he who is humbling himself shall be exalted, period, quotes. Capital, and he also said to him who invited him, capital, him, comma, quotes, capital, when you give dinner or a supper, comma, do not ask your friends, comma, nor your brothers, comma, nor your relatives, comma, nor your rich neighbors, comma, lest they also invite you back, comma, and you be repaid, period. Quotes, capital, but when you give a feast, comma, invite poor ones, comma, crippled ones, comma, lame ones, comma, blind ones, comma, and you shall be Baruch with a comma, because
There's a space between Baruch. There's a double space. Double space, Baruch, because double space. Oh, this tablet is so slow. I'll just sit here and wait and wait and wait. Okay, so double space, Baruch. Double space after Baruch. Jeez. Okay, let's continue on. 14.
And you shall be Baruch with my gay, because they do not have to repay you, period. Capital 4, you shall be paid at the resurrection of the righteous, period. Quotes. Capital N, when one of those who sat at the hill with capital Ham heard this, he said to capital Ham, quotes, capital Baruch with a funky K is he who eats bread in the reign of capital Him, exclamation mark, quotes. But capital he said to him, quotes, capital, a certain man gave a great supper and invited many, and he sent his servant at supper his time to come to say to those who were invited, quote, capital, come, for all is now ready, period, quote. Quote, capital, but one by one they all began making excuses, period. Capital, the first said to him, quote, capital, I have bought a field, and capital, I need to go and see it, period. Capital, I ask you to have me excused, period, quote. Quote, capital, and another said, quote, capital, I have brought 5 yoke of oxen, and capital, I am going to try them out, period. Capital, I ask you to have me excused, period, quote. Quote, capital, and another said, quote, capital, I have married a wife, because of this, capital, I am unable to come, period, quote. Quote, capital, and the servant came and reported this to his master.
Servant?
That servant came and reported this to his master, period. Capital, then the master of the house, being wroth, said to a servant, quote, capital, hurry out into the street and lanes of the city, and bring in here the poor, and crippled, and lame, and blind, period, quote. Quote, capital, and the servant said, quote, capital, master, it is done as you commanded, and still there is room, period, quote. Quote, capital, and the master said to the servant, quote, capital, go out into the street corners and hedges, and compel them to come, so that my house is filled, period. Quote, capital, for capital, I say to you, that none of those men who were invited shall taste my supper, period, quote, space quotes. Capital, and large crowds were going with capital him, and turning, capital, he said to them, quotes, capital, if anyone comes to capital me and does not hate his father and mother, and wife, and children, and brothers, and sisters, and his own life too, he is unable to be capital my atonement, period. Quotes, capital, and whoever does not bear his stake and come after capital me is unable to be capital my atonement, period. Quotes, capital, for who of you, wanting to build a tower, does not sit down first and count the cost, whether his possessions will finish it, question mark. Quotes, capital, otherwise, when he has laid the foundation, and is unable to finish it, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, quote, capital, this man began to build and was able to finish, period, quote. Quotes, capital, or what sovereign, going to fight against another sovereign, does not sit down first and take counsel whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him who comes against him with 20,000, question mark. Quotes, capital, and if not, while the other is still far away, he sends a delegation and asks conditions of peace, period. Quotes, capital, so, then, every one of you who does not give up all that he has, is unable to be, capital, my Talmud, period. Quotes, capital, the salt is good, but if the salt becomes tasteless, with what shall it be seasoned, question mark. Quotes, capital, it is not fit for land, nor for manure, they throw it out, period. Capital, he who has ears to hear, let him hear, exclamation mark, quotes.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Wait. 32 verses.
Yep.
Okay.
Now all the tax collectors and the sinners were coming to capital him to hear capital him, period. And the Pharisees and scribes grumbled, saying, quotes, this one receives sinners and eats with them, period, quotes. And he spoke this parable to them, saying, quotes, what man among you, having 100 sheep, having lost one of them, does not leave the 90-9 in the wilderness and go after the one which is lost until he finds it, question mark. Quotes, and having found it, he lays it on his shoulders, rejoicing, period. Quotes, and having come home, he called together his friends and neighbors, and saying to them, quote, rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep which was lost, exclamation mark, quote. Quotes, I say to you, that in the same way there is still more joy in the Shamayim over one sinner repenting, than over 90-9 righteous ones who need no repentance, period. Quotes, or what woman, having 10 silver coins, if she lose one coin, does not light a lamp and sweep the house, and seek diligently till she finds it, question mark. Quotes, and having found it, she calls friends and neighbors together, rejoice, saying, quote, rejoice with me, for I have found the coin which I lost, exclamation mark, quotes. Quote, or exclamation mark, quote. Quotes, I say you, in the same way there is joy in the presence of the messenger of Elohim over one sinner repenting, period, quotes. And he said, quotes, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, quotes, Father, give me the portion of goods put forth, period, quote. And he divided his livelihood between them, period. Quote, or quotes, and not many days after, the younger son, having gathered all together, went away to a distant country, and there wasted his goods with loose living, period. Quotes, and when he had spent all, there arose a severe scarcity of food throughout that land, and he began to be in need, period. Quotes, and he went and joined himself to one of the citizens of that country, and he sent him to his fields to feed pigs, period. Quotes, and he was longing to fill his stomach with the pods which the pigs were eating, and no one gave to him, period. Quotes, but having come to himself, he said, quote, how many of my father, yes, hired servants have bread enough and to spare, and I am perishing with hunger, exclamation mark. Quote, having risen, I shall go to my father and say to him, quote, Father, I have sinned against the Shamayim, and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son, period. Make me like one of your hired servants, period, quote, space, quote. Quotes, and having risen, he went to his father, period. And while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was moved with compassion, and ran out and fell on his neck and kissed him, period. Quotes, and the son said to him, quote, Father, I have sinned against the Shamayim, before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son, period, quote. Quotes, but the father said to his servant, quote, bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet, period. Quote, and bring the fattened calf here and slaughter it, and let us eat and rejoice, because this son of mine was dead and is alive again, and he was lost and is found, period, quote. And they began to rejoice, period. Quotes, and when his older brother, quotes, and his older brother was in the field.
His older son?
Oh, yeah. Quotes, and his older son was in the field, and when he came and approached the house, he heard music and dancing, period. Quotes, and having called one of the servants, he asked what this meant, period. Quote, and he said to him, quote, your brother has come, and your father has slaughtered the fattened calf, because he received him back in health, period, quote. Quote, and he was wroth and would not go in, period. So his father came out and pleaded with him, period. Quote, and answering, he said to his father, quote, see, these many years, I have been serving you, and I have never transgressed a command of yours, but to me you have never given a young goat, so I could rejoice with my friends, period. Quote, but when this son of yours came, period, who has devoured your livelihood with horrors, you slaughtered the fattened calf for him, period, quote. Quote, then he said to him, quote, son, you are always with me, and all I have is yours, period. Quote, and we had to rejoice and be glad, for your brother who was dead and is alive, and was lost and is found, period, quote, space, quotes.
So period, quotes? Okay, so I think it's a period space.
It's period, quote, space, quotes.
Yeah, so there's this period quote. This is 15?
Yeah.
15. Okay, so
That was 3.
was that 3?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. 13, 14, 15.
No, it's only 2.
No. 13 to 14. 14 to 15. 15 to 16.
Maybe. Okay, here, and so the last thing. Okay, read it. What is it?
All right.
It's found period.
Found period,
Found
quote,
period, quote,
space quotes.
Okay. All right. So you want to go 6?
We can.
Want to do that?
Yeah.
How many verses?
31.
31.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Ready?
Not yet. And for anyone who ever listens to us, that's the sound of our roof. So nothing to worry about.
Ready?
Yep.
Kaplan he also said to Kaplan his command, quotes Kaplan, there was a certain rich man who had a manager, and he was accused to him as wasting his possessions, period. Quote Kaplan, so having called him, he said to him, quote Kaplan, what is this, Kaplan, I hear about you? Question mark. Kaplan, give an account of your management, for you are no longer able to be manager, period. Quote. Quotes Kaplan, the manager said within himself, quote Kaplan, what shall Kaplan I do? Question mark. Kaplan, for my master taking the managership away from me, period. Kaplan, I am unable to dig, Kaplan, I am ashamed to beg, period. Quote, Kaplan, I know what I shall do, Kaplan, I shall do, that, when Kaplan, I am removed from the managership, they might receive me into their houses, period. Quote. Quotes Kaplan, calling every one of his master apostrophe as debtor to him, he said to the first, quote, Kaplan, how much do you owe my master, question mark, quote. Quotes Kaplan, he said, quote, Kaplan, 100 made for the oil, period, quote. Kaplan, he said to him, quote, will take your account, and sit down quickly and write 50, period, quote. Quotes Kaplan, then to another he said, quote, Kaplan, and how much do you owe, question mark, quote. Kaplan, he said, quote, Kaplan, 800 measures a week, period, quote. Kaplan, he said to him, quote, Kaplan, take your account, and write 80, period, quote. Quotes Kaplan, the master praised the unrighteous manager because he had acted shrewdly, because the sons of this age are more shrewd in their generation than the sons of light, period. Quotes Kaplan, would Kaplan, I say to you, make friends for yourselves by unrighteous wealth, that when you fail, they shall receive you into everlasting dwellings, question mark. Quotes Kaplan, he who is trustworthy in what is least, is trustworthy also in much, period. Kaplan, he who is unrighteous in what is least is unrighteous also in much, period. Quotes Kaplan, if, therefore, you have not been trustworthy in the unrighteous wealth, who shall entrust you the true, question mark. Quotes Kaplan, if you have not been trustworthy in what is...
Trustworthy, one word or two?
It's one.
Okay.
Trustworthy in what is another man, apostrophe S, who shall give what is your own, question mark. Quotes Kaplan, no servant is able to serve two masters, for either he shall hate the one and love the other, or else he shall cling to one and despise the other, period. Kaplan, you are not able to serve Kaplan Elohim and wealth, period. Quotes. Kaplan, the Kaplan Pharisees, who loved silver, also heard all this, and were sneering at Kaplan, so Kaplan, he said to them, quotes Kaplan, you are those who declare yourselves righteous to our men, but Kaplan Elohim knows your hearts, because what is highly thought of among men is an abomination in the sight of Kaplan Elohim, period. Quotes Kaplan D to Kaplan Torah and the Kaplan Nebula with a funky B apostrophe in the two eyes are until Kaplan Yochanan with a funky H, period. Why is Nebium capitalized? That word has never been capitalized before.
Yeah.
Kaplan, since then, the reign of Kaplan Elohim is being announced, everyone is doing violence upon it, period. Quotes Kaplan, it is easier for the Shamaim and the earth to pass away than for one tittle of the Kaplan Torah to fall, period. Quotes Kaplan, everyone divorcing his wife and marrying another commits adultery, period. Kaplan, everyone marrying her who is divorced from her husband commits adultery, period. Quotes Kaplan, but there was a certain rich man who used to dress in purple and fine linen and lived luxuriously every day, period. Quotes Kaplan, there was a certain beggar named Kaplan Elazar, apostrophe in the L and the A, being covered with swords, who was placed at his gate, and longing to be fed of the crumbs which fell from the rich man, apostrophe at his table, period. Kaplan, indeed, even the dogs came and licked his swords, period. Quotes Kaplan, it came to be that the beggar died, and was carried by the messengers to the bosom of Kaplan Abraham, the funky B, period. Kaplan, the rich man, also died and was buried, period. Quotes Kaplan, while suffering tortures in the grave, having lifted up his eyes, he saw Kaplan Abraham with a funky B far away, and the Kaplan Elazar, the posture in the L and the A in his bosom, period. Quote Kaplan, crying out, he said, quote Kaplan, Father Kaplan Abraham with a funky B, have compassion on me, and send Kaplan Elazar with a posture in the L and the A to dip the tip of his finger water and cool my tongue, for Kaplan I am suffering in this flame, period. Quote. Quotes Kaplan, but Kaplan Abraham with a funky B said, quote Kaplan, son, remember that in your life you received your good, and likewise Kaplan Elazar with posture in the L and the A the evil, comma, but now he is suffering,
Nice.
or now he is comforted and you are suffering, period. Quote, Kaplan, and besides all this, comma, between us and you have a great chasm has been put, comma, so that those who want to pass from here to you are unable, comma, nor do those from there pass to us, period, quote. Quote, Kaplan, he said, comma, quote, Kaplan, then, Kaplan, I beg you, comma, Father, comma, that you would send him to my father Pashia's house, comma, for Kaplan, I have 5 brothers, comma, let him warn them, comma, lest they also come to this place of torture, period, quote. Quote, capital Abraham the funky bee said to him, comma, quote, capital they have capital Moshe and the capital Nebula, Pashin the bee, or funky bee and Pashin the 2 eyes, comma, let them hear them, period, quote. Quote, capital Andy said, comma, quote, capital no, comma, Father, capital Abraham the funky bee, comma, but if someone from the dead goes to them, comma, they shall repent, period, quote.
Father's not capitalized?
No.
Okay.
Quote, capital but he said to him, comma, quote, capital if they do not hear capital Moshe and the capital Nebula, funky bee and Pashin the 2 eyes, comma, neither would they be persuaded even if one should rise from the dead, period, quote, space quotes.
Got it. Okay, you want to quit or you want to go?
Yeah.
You want to stop? Okay. All right. So we will end this, everybody. We thank you guys very, very much for listening. If you guys make it to the very end of this, give us a shout out, and we would love to hear from you. Much love. We're out.